I think it's very hard for people who are outside of Gaza to imagine what it was like to live in Gaza after October 7th. You were in Gaza for a long time. You only left recently. Can you just talk about what daily life was like when you were still living in Gaza after October 7th?
It's horrible, Peter. I really don't. Yes, I lived in under the genocide, 690 days, but I don't find words to bring the reality for the people who are far from the situation in Gaza. Imagine the people in Gaza are deprived from everything, deprived from everything. At least 90% of the people lost their buildings, so they stayed in tents. No infrastructure in Gaza, no electricity in Gaza, no food in Gaza, but very few amounts that Israel allowed from time to another, maybe for the media or for some considerations. Uh, no food. Uh, I will give you short stories or short examples. When I used to sleep in the tent, as my house was destroyed in the beginning, then the Israeli drones buzzing 24 hours a day. So, and sometimes it's kind of psychological war against the Gazans. The voice of the sounds of the drones unbearable. We cannot. And sometimes I feel that I need to sleep. I just need 1 or 2 hours without the drones. And this is and it's not kind of noisy. No, the drones also are carrying rockets, and from time to another, and you expect any moment that maybe your tent or the tent beside you will be the next target. So anytime you can expect. Imagine that no electricity. You cannot take shower, as example. When I think to take shower, I have to find one of my friends that their homes are still didn't hadn't been destroyed, and this is very rare in Gaza now. Then go and take a shower for 10 or 20 minutes. When you want to charge your mobile, you have to wait for the next day and to search for one who has a solar panel, then go to charge your mobile. The food, there is no food in Gaza. All the people in Gaza lost their weights. Uh, 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 and I saw many respectful people. They are carrying a plate and waiting in a long line to have a bad plate as meal for their children, just to survive their children from death. uh, no transportation if you want to move from a place to another. The massacres. I used to go to the tent of the journalists in the hospital and imagine the screams of the mothers and the sisters and the fathers when they just receive the news about their son just was killed by accident. He was walking, then Israel targeted a place close, then he was targeted. And even the graves, there is no space for the Palestinian victims, even to dignify them after they were killed and find a cemetery for them. Uh, I don't find words to no money, no food, no drink, no buildings, no. So when I left Gaza, the simple things like to charge the mobile, like just to sleep at night without in a quiet night. This kind of simple things, very simple things, are dreams for the people in Gaza. The people in Gaza, I listened the children in Gaza before I left. Imagine what is the dream of the children in Gaza? Not to grow up and become a doctor, or their dream just to have some kinds of food that they didn't eat it for a long time, like meat, like kitchen, like fish, like cheese, the simple things like fruit. These very simple things are dreams, according. So this horrible genocide is unjustified. No excuses, no justifications for Israel for this horrible. And I think when Israel is committing this horrible genocide, Israel declares that it didn't give up the roots or the goals, the colonial goals that it started with Israel from the first day. You know, from the first day on 1948, Israel built its state at expense of the Palestinians. It destroyed at least 400 Palestinian villages and towns at that time. It expelled us out, committed massacres. And now, after 77 years, Israel says that nothing changed in its mindset, the colonial racist mindset.
You mentioned earlier that your son Abdullah was killed, and I wonder if you can talk about him a little bit, if you don't mind, what you would want people to know about him, his life, and what what that experience was been like for you as a father.
Yes, I want to share with the people that my son Abdullah was angel, was very peaceful child, very quiet child, was very full of loving life, and he was asking me too much about everything. He wasn't interested to make films. I just bought a mobile to make some videos just 2 weeks before the genocide started, and Abdullah offered his help to me and said to me, I will be the director with you, dad, and I will make the films with you. And yes, he was very telling. He was very kind with me at the beginning of the genocide, maybe 2 weeks before he was murdered. He know that I don't have money at that time because I was waiting a transfer salary for me, and it took longer time. Then he called me. He was in Rafah and I was in Khan Younis, and he said, "Dad, I collect 50 shekels. 50 shekels equals about $15, and I want to come now and give you them." Then then I said to him, no need to come, Aboud, because it's dangerous because the Israeli bombardment and that. The next day, I already received the salary, and went and met him, and he gave me the 50 shekels. Said to me, take this to use them. I said to him, thanks, Aboud. I'm okay now. I have money now. No, no, you will need them, Dad, because it's a war. And he insists that I have to. Aboud was very generous. Aboud was like Angel. Was very quiet, very peaceful, very kind. When my children were asking me, as you know, the relationship between the children and their dad, they ask me too much. Then Aboud was my lawyer. He was saying to them, don't bother dad, because he already gave you everything. So he was very sweet. But Israel decided that he doesn't deserve the life, and this is the and it's not a matter of Aboud only. It's a matter of 20,000 children were murdered in Gaza. Uh, very sweet children. Why Israel killed them? Israel didn't kill them by mistake. Israel killed them because they think that we as Palestinian people don't deserve life. So, Peter, I want to say something, and I think it's important to say it in this interview, that genocide didn't start on reality. Genocide starts on the mind. Genocide starts from the ideology. The Zionist ideology itself legitimize the genocide, because it was based on the supremacy that there are a group have the right more than the other human groups because who they are, to have the rights and to have the life and to have their luxury, while the other people like Aboud and like 70,000 at least of the victims, they don't deserve. So we have to start from this point. If we want to end this horrible chapter of the human history, what's happening in Palestine, the starting point to create this kind of thinking that respect the humans just because they are humans, believe in dignified life for everyone,